Hello, Frugal Force. Once again, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and today, wow, I stumbled upon an article that was just happened to be in my notifications. And before I get into it, though, I do want to ask you, if you do enjoy these videos, please be sure to hit like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell if you enjoy this content. If you want to help support me in this content as well, if you don't mind, we have a Patreon that you can join for as little as $1 a month if you like, where you get special Frugal Force only videos, as well as occasional gifts, as in voting on the videos and things like that. Also, if you want to just do a one-time help instead, we have a Streamlabs link down there below where you can put that. You can do a one-time gift as a donation. All right, with enough shilling out of the way, let me talk about this. I find this absolutely fascinating, the hypocrisy and the zero self-awareness of the SJW. We have here the Mary Sue, and this article is by Rachel Leishman, whatever, and it was released yesterday. It says, "Stop telling Brie Larson how to act. It's exhausting. Exhausting, I tell you." Boy, this article is so stupid, and we're going through and why the silliness of it and the complete zero self-awareness of the SJW Mary Sue writer. It says, "When I stumbled upon a video titled 5 Common Habits That Make People Instantly Dislike You and saw Brie Larson's picture, I knew that I was going to have some issues. I got a newsflash. This person has issues already, clearly." I mean, if they're that triggered, they have to write an article based on this video that was made about behaving properly in public and having a professional image. The issue is you. So anyway, it goes on. It attempts to detail why she's disliked by Marvel fans by criticizing how she acts in interviews, and maybe the 11-minute video would have been better off by just putting "she's a strong woman who voices her opinion," and the reason fans and as the reason that fans don't like her. I got a news flash for you. Pay attention. Men don't mind strong female characters. Matter of fact, we've liked them for many years. There's a lot of comic book characters that are greatly like. How come there was no issue like this in Wonder Woman? Last time I checked, she was a very strong female character, very opinionated, very powerful character. That's one of those deflection. Don't mind my crappy attitude and how I behave. You dislike it because you're a misogynist jerk or whatever reason it is, rather than to take accountability that, yes, that person's actions sucked. They did not know how to interact in a public forum. They made themselves out to be what they really are, quite the hater of people. So, once again, it has nothing to do with this, but this person loves to deflect and make up stuff. Because, once again, look at how many people like strong female leads. Anita Battle Angel, or whatever that movie was, people didn't have any issue with that either, by the way. Anyway, it goes on. "If I wasn't angry about how Larson has been treated before this video started, my anger grew when the examples of how to properly display sarcasm were mostly men." Now notice that she was already angered and triggered and all this crap. So that had nothing to do with it. This was just, once again, her can't control her behavior either. You gotta love the projection of these SJWs. Now, look at that, because it's mostly men, too. The sarcasm. It says, how to properly display sarcasm were mostly men. So, because really the problem is a man called you out for not being properly behaving. And, of course, it was more to it than sarcasm. But this person has to play the defense game, too. "I pride myself on being sarcastic. Rarely do I take something seriously." Wait a minute. You just wrote an article about a video that you couldn't watch the whole way through, in which he puts that there, too. So, you've already failed. You've proven yourself wrong in your own argument. You've proven your own argument wrong in your own article. I pride myself in being sarcastic. Rarely do I take something seriously, but seriously enough to write an article. And I think that Brie Larson and I would get along in that regard. In other words, you're both snobs, and you both don't like men, and you got caught. She has a dry sense of humor, and there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with a dry sense of humor. The problem is that many people, mainly men, expect women to only make cutesy jokes and giggle at everything they say. Last time I checked, I don't know what time period this person lives in, but men don't expect women just to make gigglies at cutesy jokes. I don't know what world you live in your little SJW tunnel, but that's not what real men and real women expect to have happen in life. You need to maybe remove your head from your sphincter and see what the world is really like around you. And continues on. "Sorry, that's not going to happen. If anything, I'll probably make a dick joke above anything else." Well, bravo to you. Okay, that's your humor. Once again, though, Brie Larson, as much as you want to make it out to be, You could tell by her nonverbals, her facial expressions, that was not joking. You want to pander it off and pan it off as it was. You are being disingenuous. And she goes on to the defense of Brie Larson and her behavior. And Brie Larson, while maybe not crude, isn't the kind of woman who sits and giggles and makes innocent jokes. She's openly sarcastic. And you can tell that she's joking in these interviews. If you can't tell, well, that's your fault, not Larson's. So in other words, because if this is the case, though, if it was truly sarcastic, remember, Brie Larson is an actor. Shouldn't she be able to act well enough that people that will pick up on that it's sarcasm? So are you saying she's such a crappy actor? Or are you saying that, what is it? Is it she's that crappy at an actor? Or is it truly what she was believing, what she was saying? This person's own argument continues to kick itself in the butt. It's completely ridiculous. The man dictating what to do uses Aubrey Plaza as an example of how to be sarcastic. And I truly think he doesn't understand women and thinks that we all have to either interpret sarcasm in the same manner or we have to not be sarcastic at all. Or you can be a good enough actor to actually display sarcasm so people know it. But I don't believe that at all. I believe that's an excuse because her facial expressions and everything did not show sarcasm as much as you want to lie and portray it as that. Then she goes on. He then went on, and I'll show the video here in a second. He then went on to say that we have to make it clear we're showing a character by inflection and show that we're clearly being sarcastic. And to that I say no. Wait a minute. How do you say no to that? He's right. If you're going to be sarcastic, you have to show it's truly being sarcastic well enough for somebody to pick up on it. Once again, Brie Larson's an actor. She should be able to do that. If not, is she a crappy actor or is that what she was really doing? Which one is it? You can't have both, because that's disingenuous, just like this article is. Complete crap. So anyway, I love it. She says, no, they don't have to do that. It's not my fault if you're the kind of person who can't figure out a joke. I'm not appeasing you, and neither should Brie Larson. In other words, you're a man, shut up, is what this person's saying. I'm going to be completely honest here. So in other words, you were lying before. I got through about 3 minutes of the video and had to stop because I was so mad. Now, I want to put a point there. Is this person mentally okay? Could only make it through 3 minutes of a video and was so unhinged, she had to stop there. I'm sorry, but if you're going to do something, do your research. Maybe you're the problem. Just like this writer is. She could make it through 3 minutes, but she can judge a whole video and had enough to write an article about it. Very interesting. It was so triggered. If you were that triggered over a 3-minute video, I have to laugh a little bit. I find this whole article funny just because it's so stupid. It says, are there now this is where it gets really fun, okay? She had to stop because she was so mad here. Now then, are there videos like this about someone like Chris Pratt who has repeatedly cracked jokes about things people would get mad about? No. Okay, first of all, what jokes are you talking about? And for next, Chris Pratt doesn't act like that in public. I'm not saying he's perfect. Nobody's perfect, and everyone makes slip-ups. But he's not the one that was notoriously known for being a complete douche nozzle and making a fool of themselves and making a jerk out of themselves and saying, I don't want to be interviewed by white men, or I don't want them reviewing. I'm sorry, not interviewed. I don't want my movie reviewed by white men and things like that and get called out on it. Okay, I'm paraphrasing a lot there. Please do your own research on that. But because Chris Pratt tends to behave and conduct himself in a more professional way, which is the problem here with none other than Brie Larson. She's more of an activist than an actor, and she's shoving her opinions on everybody, using this as her movies and things as a platform which people don't like. There's a difference. And notice that. But to her, the only reason nobody else says anything about Chris Pratt, which hasn't had issues, is because man. So in other words, if you're a man, you're not allowed to have opinion on how a female behaves in public, is what she's saying. And here's the video, by the way. 5 common habits here that they're talking about. The one that she opened up about. This is the whole thing that triggered her. 5 common habits that make people instantly dislike you. And it's not that bad of a video. It's got a lot of good points. So look, I get it. Not everyone has to like Brie Larson. But I'm just tired of everyone making her out to be this uber bitch because they don't like having a woman fronting the next wave of the MCU. So notice that. It's not that we dislike her because of, hating white men or being a complete jerk. No, it has to be because she's fronting the next wave of the MCU, which nobody has a problem with if it was done by a decent actress that didn't piss everybody off. I don't think anyone would have had a problem if the actress for Captain Marvel was nice in public and did a good movie. I don't see anybody having an issue with that. They didn't have issues with Wonder Woman, and she was a prominent part in DC's movie structure now in the Justice League. Once again, if you're a man, you are not allowed to have an opinion about a woman being shown here. You're not allowed to say, "Hey, Brie, you're not behaving very well. You're turning off the audience." But she goes on in her defense, because remember now, it's all because of the MCU. Did Brie Larson personally hurt you? Did she take your children out and leave them in a field somewhere? In other words, I've got to try to make you sound insane and crazy. I'm going to gaslight you while I'm bringing up no facts and making comparisons that have there are apples to oranges, because I'm a female and you're a male. You shouldn't have an opinion. And the article ends, and I love this ending here. No, so stop attacking her. It just comes off as pathetic. No, what comes off as pathetic is you got so triggered on an 11-minute video on how to behave and what you're not to do, because it makes people dislike you, that you could only watch 3 minutes of it and make an article with absolutely no factual basis, being a complete hypocrite of yourself, telling men pretty much that you shouldn't be allowed to have an opinion, but yet I'm going to have an opinion and tell you to shut up because I'm a female and you have to listen to it. Once again, there's nothing wrong with being a female or being in power, and most men don't mind that a bit, as long as they're likable and, not a Mary Sue, if you will. Good characters, we are fine with them, females. Good characters that are females in movies or in power positions. We have no problem with that. What we do have is when activists that are jerks and pretty much openly say they hate white men or beat around the bush to it and say it in every way, and then some people have to defend it no matter how stupid their argument can possibly be, just like this article. So, stop telling Brie Larson how to act is exhausting. If you're that exhausted, go to bed, get some sleep, eat some food, work out, do something, get your brain working, because clearly it was not working when you wrote this article. This article is a complete piece of trash with no factual basis on it whatsoever than I'm a female and you shouldn't have an opinion because I'm a male. Absolute 100% garbage. Because if a female said, "Hey, you came off as a jerk here, maybe you need to work on that," and that was in the public eye too, I'd probably go, maybe I better think about that. Not that hard, instead of this crap. So I just thought I'd share that article. What a piece of trash. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, keep it frugal.